So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Let me just double check here. We are just checking audio, and welcome to a very special show, out of the ordinary, from Big Jet TV's normal realm. Specifically our location here. We are in the heart of West London at a very special location, secret location it has to be said, unable to disclose the location. As you can see there, the post office tower, if you're tuning in wherever you are in the world, you'll see some of the wonderful sights that we have here in London. Right behind me you are looking to the east right now. Aircraft arriving that you're seeing are into London City. To the other side, over on the west side, we have London Heathrow. Now normally we would have arrivals coming in over the top of us here as they join the ILS for London Heathrow, but unfortunately, due to Mother Nature's infinite wisdom, every time we try and do something like this, there is usually a change, and that change is the wind direction today, which has now changed to 09. So we have aircraft coming out towards us. I'll try and capture a couple of those for you. Feel free to join in the chat. Everybody's welcome. I'm on my own, so obviously it's a little bit difficult for me to read out comments. I will read out as many as I can, but in the meantime, this is a very special show for the centenary, my apologies, for the celebrations of the it is the centenary, sorry, the 100th anniversary of the Royal Air Force. Obviously that's 1918 that was commissioned, and before that, I believe it was the Royal Flying Corps, the RFC, that became later the Royal Air Force. So let's have your comments. Right behind me we've got the London Eye. I've got another aircraft coming into London City right now. I'll try and grab that for you. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back on the camera in a little bit. So it looks like Swissair's either a CS or Embraer, one of the two. Can't really make out at the moment. It looks to me like a CS, possibly 300 series. There it goes, gear down. Oh, one up. Okay, so let's go through what we are expecting today. Just through this gap over here, that is our line of sight where we are hoping to see, where we will be seeing the approaching line of aircraft. 100 Royal Air Force. Okay, thanks Benny for the feedback. So we are expecting the Flypast to approach from that direction. That is the MAL that we're looking at right there. Obviously that is not the MAL itself, but just behind those trees over there towards that direction is Buckingham Palace, and we will expect to see the aircraft arriving from that direction. In that lineup we have a significant amount of aircraft, both new and old. Of course, 1918, we wouldn't be able to feature, the RAF wouldn't be able to feature any aircraft from 1918, biplanes, etc., purely due to their speed capabilities. It's hard enough for the jets, the bigger jets, to stay up with the Spitfire, Hurricane and Lancaster Bomber, which I know a lot of people are very excited to be seeing as well. The Royal Air Force BBMF, that's the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. You might want to search that on the RAF MOD website. From what I see, we have, and I'm not sure on the volume, the numbers of aircraft that are going to be in this, but in the display we have the Puma HC2, looks like a troop carrier. Of course, the Chinook HC4, which the Chinook is a regular, you see it regularly flying around London City, which is always a good thing to see. The Juno H135 and the Jupiter H145. Now those are the commonly seen police helicopters if you're a regular viewer to London. I don't know if I can do this, let me just check this. So I'm reading this off my phone, guys. If you go to RAF or just go and search RAF MOD, you will be able to see and get some information on the flight itself. As well as that, we have the Dakota, the DC-3, which is part of the BBMF flight as well. More of a recent addition, I'd say, over the last 5 or 6 years, maybe even a little bit longer. But certainly the original BBMF lineup was the Lancaster Bomber, Spitfire and Hurricane. Of course, the Lancaster will be appearing as well. Beautiful aircraft, powered of course by 4 Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, which is there is no sound like it. I mean, I know we love our big jets, guys, and we love the sound of those big gulpers, GE90s, Trent 1000s and the like, when they're taking off and when they're going out. But really, in historic terms, there is nothing like the sound of a Merlin engine, of course powering the Spitfire and the Hurricane as well. I believe we have 3 Spitfires in the lineup and maybe even a couple of Hurricanes, but certainly 1 for sure. The Prefect T1, I believe that's a trainer. Not sure, I know you guys are probably correcting a lot of this stuff. This is literally coming off the top of my head on this as well, other than the what I'm viewing here. The Tucano T1, another trainer, I believe. RAF trainers, the Prefect and the Tucano, and you would have thought the Prefect, yeah, probably a trainer. The Shadow R1, not 100% sure on the Shadow. I believe that might be a personnel carrier, military personnel, not 100% sure. Hercules C-130J, well, we're all familiar with the Hercules troop and transport carrier. That's going to be making an appearance as well. One that's a big favourite amongst a lot of people, shadowing in terms of size, is the A400M, the Atlas transporter. That's another turboprop aircraft, same as the Hercules, which has been upgraded with its power plants. Don't know why I'm looking behind me, because this isn't due to go off for another hour or so yet. Another great one that we're looking forward to seeing, and a lot of people don't see these aircraft very often, obviously, because they're stationed more up north, is the C-17 Globemaster as well. Now that's jet powered, so that will be one very interesting aircraft to see as well. And of course, the speed that they'll be flying, I believe from my very special guest here, Gary, who's witnessed a number of these flypasts as well over Buckingham Palace. They pass over very slowly and they will split apart, so I'll be kind of trying to get as much as I can in terms of following them. BAE 146, British Aerospace Corporation, I believe that's the BAE 146. That was Prince Charles's favoured aircraft that he used from time to time, I believe. Maybe still does, but not sure of its role at the moment. The Sentinel, that's a very interesting aircraft. Okay, that's just a helicopter, medical helicopter, just going into do something over there. So it looks like the Sentinel is actually an up-rated version of a private jet. What looks to me like it's carrying a lot of radar equipment on board. So possibly an aircraft that is used in maritime. In a maritime role. The Voyager, now that's a C, that looks to me, the Voyager looks like an A330, an Airbus A330 aircraft. It may be a tanker, not 100% sure. Correct me on that one, guys. And of course, other people around the world are watching the stream, and so therefore feel free to come in there, put your comments in there, and correct me if I'm wrong. That's very welcomed indeed. Now here's an interesting aircraft which is quite rare in terms of, I wasn't actually aware that they use this aircraft. It's called the Rivet Joint. Now those of you who watched the ILA 2-day show that we did out in Berlin recently, a couple of months ago, we had the Kawasaki 4-engined aircraft there, which was search and rescue, more based on the search and rescue side of the role. And this is the RC-135W. Looks a bit like a 707, but a very much smaller, stubbier version of it, but jet powered. Not sure on the power plants there. Another aircraft that we're really looking forward to, and again sort of based on the 707 structure, based on the 707 aircraft. We've got a 747 going out of 09 over there. We'll get a little bit of that a little bit later for you guys. The E3D Sentry, which is what is commonly known as the AWACS support aircraft. So that's radar equipment, a lot of radar equipment on board that aircraft. I've got the Hawk T1 and T2 that are showing on here. One in particular aircraft which is going to be sadly missed. I believe that they're retiring it after 37 years quite soon. The RAF is the Tornado GR4. Beautiful aircraft, especially at top speed. Again, that's something that we saw at ILA. Okay, the Lightning. Now, the Lightning back in the day, in the 70s, when I used to go to air shows, the Lightning, the original Lightning, was one of my favourite aircraft. The modern day Lightning, otherwise commonly known, I think, if I'm right here, is the Eurofighter. That's a beautiful aircraft as well. Now hopefully we might see them peel off at speed, in which case we might get a bit of engine power. Other than that, we'll just be able to see them in all their glory as they pass over us slowly. The Typhoon FGR4, another fantastic aircraft to watch in displays. That's going to be something great to see as well. And followed up, of course, by none other than the nation's favourite, and everybody knows, the Red Arrows. So I believe that they will be in full display mode with their canisters running, trailing the red, white, and blue. So there we have it. That's the lineup that I can see in terms of the direction they're coming in. The Flypast route itself is Ipswich over Colchester, then Chelmsford, before it heads down towards the Mall. Towards the Mall we've got Leighton, the Olympic Park, Hackney, Bethnal Green, Shoreditch, and the City of London. So at that point, the Mall, once they come through down the Mall, we have the aircraft will be going straight over the top of us. They will be splitting. A number of aircraft will be heading north towards Hendon. Not sure what that group will be. I'd imagine it will probably be the Battle of Britain Memorial flight. And then down further south towards us, another split which will probably happen behind us, heading towards the Runnymede Memorial, as they head down towards London Heathrow for a very, very historic event, where they will be literally flying down runway 27 right, we believe. At the moment the wind direction is on a 09, so therefore it wouldn't favour the outbound aircraft for outbound and inbound aircraft for the commercial airliners, but I believe that these aircraft will, because they're just in a flying pattern and not actually going in for landing. So in terms of wind direction, it is only really effective in terms of takeoff and landing. So they will then head off from Heathrow down towards Windsor, which is where the Queen's other residence is, the Windsor Castle, which is where we saw the recent wedding, and then off to Maidenhead, where they will split off into their relative groups. So I think that's enough from me. Let's get back on the comments, and we will be reading out the comments. Guys, if you want to watch in 1080p, just head over to bigjet.tv. That's bigjet.tv. Very simple. Hit the menu bar, scroll down to the player, live stream. Just head to live stream on the menu bar for bigjet.tv. That's where you'll be able to catch the show in beautiful 1080p. We will continue on now with a little bit of London cam, and be reading out a few of your comments. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. So we all good? Gonna zip round. Okay, looks like we're all good. So everybody loving the location. Let's just read out a few comments here. Ken Carr, Enda Burke, Steve McGuinness, Johnny Burr, Dave Darley, Dan James Proctor, Levi Sutcliffe. 549 people now watching from all over the world. Stay tuned, guys. We've got something that it's a little bit difficult for me to pick these up, but I'm going to do my best. I've got something looks like it's turning in over Battersea. So that is Battersea, the old original Battersea power plant. So this is banking in now. You probably can catch it. Difficult for me sometimes because it drops out of focus. Looks like a Q400. Looks like a Dash 8 making its way in there. Let's see if we can pick him up. Just a black dot on the horizon at the moment, over the top of there she is. And I was bang on it. The old eyes still doing me proud. So she's headed into London City, guys, and a lot of you guys will probably be watching on your flight radar or whatever app you're using. Gear down. So this is quite a steep angled approach for London City as they pass over the main area of London, and then it's the very steep angle of approach down before they land on the runway. Just see if we've got a heavy going out of Heathrow, just to show you, give you guys an idea of what we've got down at Heathrow. Okay, let's pick her up around about there, hopefully, and there she is. So steep bank out there from 09. So a little pan across London here. We are in the heart of London, in Kensington. Just up to the east of us is Knightsbridge, where we have Harrods, literally down that street there. Beautiful architecture here in London. I've got the R&A situated to my left. Obviously a lot of construction constantly going on in London. You can pick out some of the buildings there. $550, 500,000 people. Search, go and Share this with all your friends, guys, because this is quite a historic event, obviously. London 2018, the RAF celebrating 100 years of the RAF. Steeped in architecture here in London. Let's see if we can pick some beautiful old buildings out. Lovely old rooftop shots here. Of course, bombed quite heavily in the Second World War, but this is the west side of London, so fortunately managed to avoid quite a lot of the devastation that happened in the east end of London. But obviously some stray bombs, and of course what they commonly used in the Second World War was called creep back for bombers, where slowly but surely over time you would get guys who would drop their bombs a little bit early, and then it would be a little bit earlier, and then a little bit earlier, and then that would be completely missing the target. So I've got something very small going in over there, which I'm going to try and pick up for you. I have to find a ground point and then lift to find it. It's sometimes very, very difficult to pick it out. Okay, we're just over the top of that. Private jet. Again, big shout out to Gary and his colleagues here. Thank you very much indeed for helping us out with this location and giving us spots every now and then on the aircraft that are inbound for London City. That, of course, is the Shard, ladies and gentlemen, tallest. Now, I'm not sure on the technical. Is it the tallest building in Europe? Certainly the tallest building in London, but I don't know if it's the tallest building in London. Manuel Hakor saying that is a Dassault Falcon. Thank you very much indeed for that. Jonathan Glasker is watching, John Carley. I'll try and give you shout outs as much as I can. Ryan Kirkpatrick confirming that's a Falcon 900. Thank you. David McLaren, Ken Kerr. Ken Kerr obviously based out there in Essex. Clouds gradually clearing here in Essex. You might get lucky there, okay. Hopefully so. It seems to be getting a little bit. It was broken cloud earlier, but now it's definitely gone completely overcast, but not a major problem. The great thing is that obviously the aircraft are flying at a very low altitude, so cloud base should not be an issue today. Slightly more breeze than we had yesterday, which, to be perfectly honest with you guys, is actually quite welcoming. Okay, got another approaching aircraft coming in for London City. Let's try and pick her out, see what we can do. See, she blurs out of focus. Now she's head on to us, so. Fortunately, got his land lights on, so there we are able to pick that out. No, we're not. Crazy. Okay, so just approaching right over the top of. There he is. BA319. Or is it Embraer? Sorry, my apologies. Is that an Embraer? I believe it is an Embraer. E175 or 190? Just confirm that, guys. That's the E1, Embraer E1. Embraer right on the cusp of launching their new E2 jet, the Profit Hunter, something that we'll be focusing on in a later show, emblazoning their the most amazing nose art. I know that the latest one is on the internet at the moment, so it's not exactly a new thing, but they do have a shark on the front of it, the great white shark. They had the eagle on it before. The new Embraer E2 is powered by the Pratt & Whitney PW1000 family, the new Evolution engines, the 1900s for the 190 and 195, and the 1700s for the 175, we believe. All new wings, alloy wings. The guys at Embraer have built a completely new aircraft, basically, from the ground up. Undercarriage has been moved forward, along with many other new modifications that are taking place on that aircraft. So here we go. We've got an outbound London Heathrow. Let's just get this one. Okay, there she is. Okay, let's try and grab that. .747. So she's US bound by the looks of it. Sharp bank to the right. Wow, steep climb. Look at that climb, man. So, Royal Air Force, 100 years old, and we are celebrating. Welcome everybody, wherever you are from watching all over the world. Tell us where you're from. Ryan Kirkpatrick's in the house. Stephen J. Jackson. Stephen Jackson has now become a full elite member. Well, thank you, Stephen, and welcome to the show, and welcome to elite membership. Guys, if you want to check our new website out, new and improved, it sounds like a new dishwasher fluid, but trust me, it's something completely different. It is the new improved bigjet.tv website, and a big massive shout out to Benny for being the major part of that construction there. Let's just have a little look. We've got an inbound, so go to bigjet.tv, ladies and gents, and check out our new website. Have a little look around, see if you fancy grabbing yourself some merchandise, see what's on offer. So when I'm zooming into the clouds, guys, that's because I'm looking for an aircraft. I have to find my landmark point and then find the aircraft. We have a outbound headed towards us. Looks like a 380. Let's just find this. Indeed it is. And it looks like it might be the Singapore Slinger. If you're watching from on Freeview from around the world, guys, we call this the Singapore Slinger because she makes such a racket when she lands. Not sure if this is one of the new ones or one of the older aircraft, but we have seen the new Singapore Airlines 380 making an appearance at London Heathrow in the last couple of weeks. Not the clearest of shots, but still good to see. And there she goes. Another 747 banking out. Is it? So we expect the Flypast in around about 45 minutes. I know that these guys are going to be more or less bang on time because their routing and the whole setup logistically needs to be 100% dialed. Just trying to pick this chopper up here. I've got a police chopper that is getting itself into position. Should be around there somewhere. You should be able to see him. There he is. That's one of the aircraft that's actually going to be featuring in the Flypast. Not this aircraft, but aircraft type. So that's commonly seen over London. Used by constabularies across the world and across the UK as well. Got another one over there, which is slightly larger aircraft, a lot bigger actually. If you're watching on Flight Radar, the radar actually picks up a lot of these helicopters and gliders, private aircraft, etc. So you might want to go jump yourselves onto Flight Radar, have a little look around there, and see if you can ident any of those aircraft. So let's just have a few little looks at London. That's the Shard right there. Right there is the very famous landmark. Seb Wunderlich asking, what is that building? Which building are we talking about, Seb? Okay, Samantha Davis confirming that Singapore Slinger is 1 year old, so that's one of the slightly older aircraft. So just in that shot there, you should be able to see Andrew Holt, thank you very much indeed. Jonathan Glasgow, Michael Lloyd and Edwards Burra watching from Cape Town. Good morning to you. Likini asking why are the blades not rotating. That is purely just an optical illusion. Well, it's actually something that's happens when you watch on film. It's just literally. Oh, we've got Big Jet TV. I think that might be Jilly saying we have a Spitfire on Flight Radar 24. Now that's quite a steep. It's an interesting. Where's he going then? Is he going in at a? Is he maybe going around to land on the opposite runway? In which case that would be quite interesting. Where is he going? So that's how close to Harrods we are, guys. Knightsbridge, heart of London. Beautiful architecture. If you're into your architecture and your history, London has probably got to be one of the best places to visit. You could literally spend a day here and only cover probably half a mile square of beautiful historic buildings and history itself in London. We've got Roger Bland tuning in from Michigan, USA. T.O. New, any chance of a view from Isle of Grain? Not sure about that, my friend. Martin Fern, indeed there is so much to see and do in London. So they will be gathering out in the Norfolk sort of like area. I'd imagine that they all have to come together. It's a very tightly knit logistical operation, which has to be bang on, with very little chance of aircraft being out of alignment. If they don't make it, they don't get to display. It's as simple as that. And let's hope that they do all make it at the same time. So that's a phenomenon that you're picking up right there, with the rotor blades appearing to not be rotating very fast. That's just the camera itself and the rotation of the blades sort of meeting at different points, I guess. Not sure on exactly what the terminology for that is. Mark Cronin, thank you very much indeed. Chris Bain, Benny Bergstrom, Ryan Kirkpatrick, Piper PA46, heading to Biggin Hill. Interesting. Okay, was that chopper that we just saw just recently? Piper, not sure if that's a Spitfire Mark 356, just gone over Peterborough. Luke Richards, okay, so they're heading down now to their meeting points, which are just over the Norfolk area. Nick Horsley, they form up over Southwold in Suffolk. Thank you for that, Nick, appreciate that. Big Jet TV Warlord, amazing call sign indeed. So now if they were on 27 runway, they would be now making arrangements and making plans to clear that airspace. Obviously they're clearing the airspace all over London right now. We haven't seen any arrivals for London City last few minutes, so I don't know if they're actually clearing the airspace now. Samantha Davis, I'm at 09 at Heathrow watching the aircraft take off, then I'm seeing them climb through and when you catch them. Peter Young, BAE 146 headed out over the North Sea. Hashtag elite, thank you. If you're seeing hashtag elite there, guys, they are elite members with Big Jet TV. If you want to become an elite member, or if you want to know what we're all about, just head over to bigjet.tv, where you can find out all about what we do. And we obviously have a very loyal band of elite members, in excess of 1,700 at the moment. Arjun Grover, thank you very much indeed. Lawrence Robson, it's the frame rate of the camera in sync with the speed of the rotor blades. There we go. So Lawrence Robson clearing us up on that. Apparently Jilly's saying the Tornado is up and flying. So right now everything will be getting ready down there on the Mall at the moment. Arjun Grover, Dan Phillips, thank you very much indeed. Lawrence Robson, it's the frame. Oh, I've already read that out, sorry, my apologies. Luke Richards, RAF A330 holding over the coast of Norwich. Thank you very much indeed for that, Luke. Anthony Lee, sorry, missed that one. Lee Shan, sorry. Good morning. Rosaline Sullivan, waiting in her garden to watch this amazing display. Marie Mariani is in the house, the lover of Concorde. Welcome, Marie. Haven't seen you on the feed for quite some time. Welcome back to Big Jet TV. Luke Slade is in the house. Obviously in the evening wherever you are, Luke. So would that be down there in Australia or something like that? Bob Hickingbottom's in the house. Lee Evans. Shay Pell, thank you very much indeed. Michael Wolf watching from Maidstone, good day to you. Don Moody watching him from Ontario, California, Canada, sorry, what am I talking about? Ontario, Canada. Great show, thank you very much indeed. Dan Wood saying Lancaster bomber just over Cambridge. Wow, what a great sight to see. Luke Slade saying Hurricane is on radar. Martin Fern, hashtag elite. Jed Dooley's in the house. This is great stuff to watch, guys. Peter Young, Tornado heading out to join the group. Call sign Ministry 01. Wow, how cool is that? Such a shame we can't get this stuff on radio, but that's just something that we cannot get Luke Slade confirming the A330 Voyager is circling over the coast right now. Scott Keith sitting in the office in Aberdeen, loving the feed. Thank you very much indeed. Hashtag elite. Hey, Gary Dean is watching. Donna O'Brien, Stephen Owers, waiting in Witham for the Flypast, or Whittam, sorry. Is it Witham or Whitham? Sorry. Peter Young, BAE Hawk, their new call sign, Aggressor 01, hashtag elite, thank you. Wendy van der Veeg, hashtag elite. Jaden Masterman asking if they can see the Flypast in Southampton. I don't think so. You're probably better off jumping onto BBC. The coverage is live on BBC right now, guys. You won't miss a thing there. But I think, to be perfectly honest with you, if you want to see something pretty awesome, this is going to be one of the best spots, purely because we're going to be able to get the aircraft splitting off into their formations. Sean Dooner, Paul Davis, good afternoon. Ken Carr, the Queen, the real one, is currently doing ceremonial stuff in Buckingham House courtyard. There we go, the real one. Morton Berklid, good morning to you. Hi from Norway, love London. I've been there once and saw my first A380. Well, hopefully come back soon, Morton, and welcome to Big Jet TV. And Edwards Bura, loving it. Kaneko Ishi's in the house. David Vickers. I need to scroll down to the bottom of the comments, guys. It's just give you a little bit of London cam here. Maybe a few of you haven't seen this yet, but this is the Post Office Tower right here. One of the original big, tall buildings built here in London back in the day before it really started to reach for the skies, as they say. The NatWest Tower was also a big one that went up, and I don't know if that's hidden at the moment. Let's just see if I can pick it up. I don't know if that's the NatWest Tower there, having work done on it or what, or if that's a new building. Even so, some amazing designs and architecture there in London. I think that one there is called the walkie-talkie that you're looking at right now. That one with the white roof. Obviously met with different opinions in terms of quality, but usually, as with everything, the opinions are met with a certain amount of jealousy from people. Luke Richards, A400M Atlas ZM416, just joining over the coast of Norwich. So here we are, they are now starting to gather over the coast of Norwich. Wow, love it. A400, call sign Grizzly. That's brilliant. Kailash Jat would love to come to London. Harmit Vaskanian, good day to you, my friend. Darren Golding. John Hamilton, just head to Flight Radar 24. Just download the app on your phone or whatever device you're using. John Britton's in the house, good day to you. Hashtag elite. Shay Pell, I wish I was on top of my house because I'd be a multi-millionaire if this was my house here. No, I'm on top of a secret location here in London. Brought to you by a very special friend of Big Jet TV. Gail Leary's in the house. Seb Wunderlich. The walkie-talkie building, there we go. Don Moody. Russ White. Yeah, Roger Bland, don't worry, if you don't have Big Jet BBC, you can watch it on Big Jet TV, live, right here from London. Share it with all your friends, guys. Clive Eccles is in the house. Mike O'Grady, yes indeed, the London skyline is totally unique, steeped in history, literally everywhere you look. Fantastic skyline. We've got another Queen going out, London Heathrow. Just grab that for you guys.
Busy lunchtime period at London Heathrow as per normal, with the heavies headed west. I'm sure a lot of you Flight Radar fans are going to be picking that up on Flight Radar and telling me exactly where she is headed. So just waiting for the action. Right there, that shot there is where you're going to see the aircraft approaching from the west. Then hopefully they'll come right over the top of us, guys, and we will split north and south. So welcome to Big Jet TV. You are watching live from London. BAE Hawk XX246 call sign Aggressor 1 # elite. Thank you very much indeed. Gail Leary lived at RAF Hulton and RAF Oldham and joined Service Staff College Bracknell. Happy days. I do have a shout out that I want to I'm going to do a quick shout out to Mr. David Lamb, who's an ex-RAF, now living in Germany. He's 80 years old, still going strong, not flying nowadays, but has a fast e-bike, as I do. So a good shout out to David Lamb, ex-RAF, living there in Germany. And a Flight Radar moderator, believe it or not. So welcome if you're watching, David Lamb. Of course, the RAF was originally the Royal Flying Corps, established in 1912. So they would have been the old biplanes. And of course, in 1918, when the RAF was established, you would have seen biplanes at that period as well. Okay guys, so make sure you reshare in around about 20 minutes if you have shared on previous occasions. We appreciate that. Martin Fern, whose son is watching with us. Ryan Fern, good day to you, my friend. Steve Maxim. Cliff Pratley saying Douglas DC-3 passing over Colchester. So they are on the inbound track right now, because that is the second point, I believe, of their flight route. Cameron Jamez mentioning, indeed, what a great shame. What it would have been fantastic to see the Vulcan and the Concorde fly over. Indeed, that would be the ultimate, and that would make it, that would really make the display. Cliff Pratley saying that the Lancaster is following the DC-3. Paul Moss tuning in from Bournemouth. Good day to you, Paul. Right, I'm going to move the camera ever so slightly, guys, just so that I can get a full track of these aircraft. There we go. So apologies for that. Now, so with any luck, what have we got? Wow, John Harrington saying he shares a birthday with the RAF. Cool. How good is that? Richard White saying they have cleared the airspace between you and the river to the east coast. # elite. Thank you very much indeed. So we are on for it now. Luke Richard C-130 and 17 over the coast of Norwich. Kiriko Ishii giving a shout out to Antonia. Douglas Lancaster Spitfire turn into London now, Chelmsford. So we should be seeing them making their approach. Could possibly be early, we're not sure, but
We're keeping an eye out, guys. Don't worry, we're not going to miss a thing. But you might want to share it now to friends and family and other followers. That's the London Eye you're seeing right there, guys. That's where you will see more familiar at night time on New Year's Eve. Something that you're familiar with perhaps with the fireworks display on New Year's Eve. So this is the track right here that we're looking at. Just where that crane is the track that they'll be coming in on. Sky News chopper flying into position. Robin Scott telling us that. Oh, there it is there. I think I've caught it. I think that's the Sky News chopper right above us there. Should be just right above. Difficult to pick it out, guys. Just very, very difficult. But I can see it anyway. So, camera's behaving itself, but as you can appreciate, with the white background, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to pick out certain landmarks. So we have Sky Chopper in position. Blue skies to the west. Nick Horsley, indeed. Vulcan howling over London. Jamie Baldwin giving a shout out to our admin. Dean Kendall, yeah, they would have gone past Bristol, Ipswich, I would imagine. Sorry. Maria Janssen tuning in from Sweden. Hashtag elite, good day to you. Dave Farthing, DC3, Lancaster and Spitfire over Chelmsford now running down the A12. Wow, Wendy Reed's son is on board the Hercules. How cool is that? C-130. Stewie Wilson's in the house. Up to 515. Let's get sharing, guys. Let's get sharing, and let's bring ourselves a fabulous show. If you are a regular to Big Jet TV, just to give you an update on what we're looking to do tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two. Will be making a decision later, and we'll be making an announcement. We are going to be at RAF Fairford, where we will be looking to catch the arrivals, the display aircraft arriving at Fairford. According to our friend Guy Martin, another elite member, we will be looking at over, I believe, 30 heavy military display aircraft at Fairford this year. So that's something that's going to be very good to see, and I'm planning to get down there to catch those aircraft if I can. So quite a lot of activity now, chopper activity going on over London. I think that's the Sky Chopper right there. Got to keep our eyes out, and I've got to keep my eye on the Claire Priest tuning in from Fort Wilst in Holmer Spa. Good day to you. Matthew Simpson's watching. Not sure, Arjun. Tom William. All clear over London. Hugh Brazier on Plane Finder other than news. Hello, good day to you, Hugh. Thank you very much indeed. Trevor Whedon tuning in from Benidorm. Good day to you. Peter Young, another Voyager looking to be heading that way. Call sign Madras 21. Hashtag elite. Good day to you. Stephen Wilson, thank you very much indeed.
Okay, Queen's Colour Parade coming to an end. Aircraft should be inbound soon. Right, well, I am going to nip away from the comments. Keep your comments coming, guys. And we soon enough will be hopefully getting a shot of these aircraft. Great thing is that it will be a very slow, it will be very slow. It's not going to be massively fast. So the great thing is that shouldn't miss anything. Andre De Beer tuning in from Joburg, South Africa. Good day to you. Paul McVeigh tuning in from Manchester. James Harvey, shout out to son Freddie from Colchester. Thank you very much indeed. Robin Burrell, Lancaster, just headed over Chelmsford. A great thing to hear, Lancaster heading over Chelmsford. So they're so now that that Sky Chopper is in position to the south of the Mall, so they will be above. So you might want to, it might be worth, just if you've got Sky, don't know if they've got a BBC chopper up there as well, but you might want to jump onto your TVs if you can, because they will show the aircraft from above. There seems to be TV choppers to the north and south of the track. Checking very. Okay, apparently the 1080 stream, guys, if you go to bigjet.tv and head to live stream on the menu, we are now streaming to all continents across the world. So head to bigjet.tv and you will be able to catch the 1080p quality, high definition shot of this show. So bigjet.tv, head to live stream, and you'll be able to get all get your 1080p fix right there. So I've got sun right at me now, which is a little bit unfortunate because I don't want to miss anything on this screen. Should be okay though. Peter Young confirming 22 typhoons in formation. 22 typhoons in formation? Is this for this one, or is that for another show? Okay, Jerry, Sam Crane saying I should see it soon. Helicopters just holding over Hainault. Okay, well, my mince pies are good, but they're not that good. Not going to be able to see them on hold over Hainault. So TV choppers holding north and south of the position. Outbound traffic still active at London Heathrow. So stand by, get ready to share, guys. We have 15 minutes before the display is due, so a little bit of time if you want to grab a comfort break or even make a cup of tea. We're over Chelmsford according to Sam Page. Thank you very much indeed for that, Sam. That's our track, that's our route right there. This is Knightsbridge here, guys. You're looking down Knightsbridge right there. The run up to Howard's, which is just at the end of the strip there. Famous post office tower right there. Not going to miss a thing, guys. Don't you worry about it. Barry Passy saying Lancaster Spitfire and Dakota currently circling over Witham. G'day to Raymond Howson tuning in from Queensland. Hashtag Aussie Crew. John Bernard Jr. 7:30 a.m. drinking my coffee. G'day to you. Mike O'Neill tuning in from Australia. A few of the Aussie crew tuning in right now. Keeping an eye out, guys. Don't you worry about it. Good morning from Texas. Haley Ryan. Let's go numbers on this, guys. Share right now. It's about the time you need to share it. We are also live on our stream on our AV player on bigjet.tv. If you want to head over there and watch in 1080p high definition, go grab yourself some stuff over there. That's all free at the moment. This is the Elite player that we're currently running tests on at the moment, and there are comments on that page as well, so you won't miss any of the action and you'll see it all in 1080p. Thanks to Benny for sorting that out. Welcome to everybody watching on the Daily Express as well. We know we are streaming live to the Daily Express. Welcome everybody there if you are watching. This is the RAF100 Flypast, celebrating 100 years of the RAF from its humble beginnings in 1918. Which prior was the Royal Flying Corps, established in 1912, which would have all been biplanes, of course, right back in the day when they had airships as well. You know that a lot of the airfields in the south of England, well, in fact all over the UK, were originally developed for airships before they invented the flying plane. Really crazy. But only 100 years, it's incredible to see how far we've evolved, especially the RAF as well. So you will see some exotic aircraft on this display. One of which is rivet joint. Know that a lot of people will know what I'm talking about. A lot of people won't know what I'm talking about. Rivet joint is the RC-135, which is, I believe, a maritime aircraft. Search and rescue, perhaps. Not 100% sure. About the same size as the Kawasaki P1 that we featured at the ILA Berlin show. Of course, the E3D Sentry, which is the 707 AWACS airframe, or the 720, not sure exactly which one that is. C-17 Globemaster, the A400M Atlas, of course the Hercules C-130, very popular aircraft. Right back to the Lancaster Spitfire Dakotas. The Chinook, headed up the display, will be, according to this, the Puma HC2, probably in alignment, I'd imagine, the Chinook and the Juno and Jupiter, which are the commonly used helicopters for the police department over here in the UK. Spitfire and Hurricane and Lancaster, part of the BBMF, the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Just go onto Google and search BBMF to find out all the information you need to know about that. Can go and visit the BBMF. So we have quite a significant amount of people sitting out. Let's just have a little look here and see. There you go, look. So all these guys sitting out on their roofs, waiting. All those people who actually care. Even the workers. Give us a wave, boys. Here we go, look. Good lads.
So as soon as we see something approaching, we'll grab it as best we can. Christine Lewis tuning in from Somerset. Hello there, Christine, how are you? Wendy Reed, on their way. Richard White, here they come. Okay, here we go, guys. Share. Okay, we need to share right now. Let's go. Dave Etheridge, BBMF formation on its way. I'm trying to see it. Trying to see it. Anticipation beyond belief here, guys. But we'll get it. Don't you worry about it. We won't miss a thing. So you'll probably be watching it on TV as well. Sam Page. First wave is on its way. Indeed, that's interesting. First wave. Do we have waves of aircraft? Are they in segments, or is it one continuous wave? Be good if it is. It will be good if it is a separate. So we have waves. Oh, great. So we do apparently have waves of aircraft, guys, which is great. So we will be able to focus and pinpoint specific waves. Formation of 22 Typhoons. Woohoo! This is going to be fun, guys. Get sharing. So we have apparently formations arriving right now. Exclusive to Big Jet TV. Welcome everybody watching. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get sharing, guys. I'm going to get very excited. Oh, here we go. I've got something. Here we go. There. Here they come. Okay, so this is the first formation of what looks like the choppers. Oh, right. Okay. Here we go, guys. Get sharing. And last comment I just saw there was thank you to the RAF from the Royal Canadian Air Force. Of course, the RCAF, who played a huge part in the Second World War over here. Specifically with Bomber Command. So here we go. Here's the first wave. What looks like choppers. Wow, look at this. Okay. They have trained for many weeks on this, guys. So big shout out to all the crews who worked tirelessly to bring this to us. Should start to hear them. A number of Chinooks in there. Here they come. Now they're just over Buckingham Palace right now, so they should be passing overhead. Here we go. I have to come back because here I have the DC3. There's the DC3 right there, guys, and right behind that is the BBMF. The DC3 playing a huge role in the landings. Oh, look at this. BBMF Lancaster flanked by Spitfires and Hurricanes. Say I've filmed some amazing things for Big Jet TV, but that about puts the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. Wow. Here's your trainers. There's another group. Prefects, are they the prefects? C-130s. See a tanker probe at the front of the aircraft there. .400M. Ah, she's beautiful, this one. Look at those beautiful blades, man. More tanker capabilities. trailing in behind this one. Globemaster trailing with a BA146. Here comes a 330 tanker, I believe. Oh yeah, look at this. High speed, high speed. This is that little RC reconnaissance search and rescue. Beautiful. And right behind him, AWACS. With the radar operational. Normally flying at high altitudes, this one. Wow. It's the Reds. No, it's not. Is it? Looks like it is. Another wave of Reds. Out of formation slightly, but these look like the tornadoes. GR4s. Eurofighter. Wow, lightnings. This group 100, look at that, man. Hey, that's what you call a format. And there's your 22 tornadoes, or typhoons, sorry. like we missed just caught the tail end of the colours, guys. Got no director on scene with me today, so I couldn't switch back for that. So great shame you missed it, but you get a good idea of the colours. So that was it. 100 aircraft from the Royal Air Force. Thank you so much. I think they're headed straight down to Heathrow, as it happens. Let's just keep an eye on them, make sure they don't do some more kerosene over Heathrow, because they'll be limited to their usage. So I might have had a few things out of sync there, but I think we did it. I think we did it. How was that, guys? Enjoy that? Okay. I think we did it. Let's just have a little look here. Wow. Seems like everybody enjoyed it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. You've been watching Big Jet TV's show for the RAF100th anniversary Flypast. So thanks for tuning in. We will be live from Fairford to capture some more military action either tomorrow or on Thursday. Stay tuned to Big Jet TV Facebook's page, and we'll be updating you on that. Head to bigjet.tv. Oh, hold on. How do I get that? That's over Heathrow right now. Wow. Shows just how windy it is up here at the moment, guys. Just shift that back a little bit there before I say my goodbyes. Thanks to everybody for watching. Just sit that there like that. There we go. Yeah, so thanks again for watching, and thanks for tuning in. You've been watching Big Jet TV. I'm Jerry Dyer, and you have been more than welcome. If you want to find out what we are about, just head to bigjet.tv, where you can find out all the information on what we do. We're live twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, usually from London Heathrow, London Gatwick, Manchester, and other locations as well. And we do Euro trips, and we are planning to do some international trips as well quite soon. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, we will hopefully be live from Fairford either tomorrow or on Thursday, depending upon what our schedule's looking like. But in the meantime, just want to say thanks a lot to Gary. That's unfortunately all I can say from this fantastic location that we've been very privileged to bring you this show from, and we shall catch you on the next show on Big Jet TV Live. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.